Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another video, and we're talking about the update again. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. So, as I've said in all of my other videos about the update, I'm not a big fan of it. I like some things, other things I'm not too fond of. I mean, really not fond of. But there are some really good positives about the update. I don't want to make I don't want to make more videos on this really, but this is something that I really wanted to talk about. I wanted to get this last thing across because this is like a concept idea of how I would personally fix it, or something that would really work for everything and people would not be mad with it. So first off, I want to say Solar Surge, I don't really care at that point. Solar Surge, I think it's fine without it. Obviously it blows and people have already quit because of it, but I've adapted. I think it's fine. A lot of people have. That's cool. The no pre-enchants still kind of blows, but like whatever, really mutates, whatever. I want to talk about the matchmaking because everything else I can get behind, but the matchmaking is now the worst, the final thing. That's a big problem. So as we all know, it's set up into 3 different tiers: the beginner, intermediate, and the expert. I think I don't know what the last one is because I haven't really done max recently, but those are the 3 tiers, and it's only 3 tiers for 140 levels, which I think is a bit bad. You may have seen some recent videos of me on my level 1 where I'm fighting people who are level 40 with 2000 rank, or I'm fighting people who are level 50 with like 100 less rank than me, which is like 50 times my level. It's dumb. The matchmaking is a serious problem. And then on top of that, there's people who are exploiting. They said that they're fixing it. I don't know if they're still actually fixing it, because I'm surprised that it's taken this long. All they have to do is make the level cap of beginner tier 1 to 49, and that would fix like 90% of the problem. And that's an easy fix, takes like 10 minutes. I'm just saying, Ratbeard, if you're watching this, please just do that. Nobody wants 50 through 59 in beginner tier anyways. Please just do that. Just get rid of it. Why is 50 through 59 even in beginner tier? It doesn't make sense. It's literally when you get critical and enchants through the main storyline. It doesn't make sense. What are you doing? But regardless of the exploit or not, I want to talk about something that I'm just gonna say should fix most of the problems that a lot of people are having. I will have this on screen, or what I'm reading, I'll have it on screen so you can kind of visualize what I'm getting or what I'm saying. I want to make up my own tier system, or my own level tier, because it's what, 1 through 59 with no critical, or it's anything with critical through 99, and then everything with shads is basically like 100 plus, or whenever you get Shrike. That's basically what it is. So I'm just going to explain. I'm going to put it on screen now. You'll be able to read it. Okay. So instead of 1 through 59 with no critical, I'm suggesting 1 through 29 and 30 through 49. All right. This is only for beginner tier. And hear me out. Is there a single dungeon or anything at levels 1 through 29 that gives you a big advantage, like gear-wise, dungeon-wise, anything like that? No, there isn't. There's Raw, which gives like some pretty awful gear, to be honest. And then there's like that level 25 dungeon in Krokotopia that's like snowy for whatever reason. I wouldn't call that, or I wouldn't recognize that as like a huge advantage. It's not that great. Like, it's like it might be better than some Bazaar gear, like some. I haven't really looked at it, but I don't think that gear is a huge advantage in PvP, considering duelist gear and commander and veteran gear. Considering that gear's awful. So I would say 1 through 29, it's all in the same thing, really. There's no huge gear advantages there. All you have is PvP gear. That's it. That's all you have at 1 through 29, and then Bazaar gear. But the reason that it's separated from 30 through 49 is because at 30 you get Zeus gear, and at 40 you get, what is it, Barkingham Palace? Yeah. There's 2 dungeons there, which is significantly better than any gear at levels 1 through 29. That's why I'm saying these should be split up. It makes it a lot more fair for new players, because if you're like, what, a level 10 or 15 or something without any gear, and then you fight somebody with a full Zeus setup in the Sky or in Hosta, you're going to get clapped. Even for noob players, this would really help. 1 through 29, there's like no good gear, and then 30 through 49, you have Zeus, you have the whatever. There's like some decent jewels, like deck building becomes serious at that level. Those should really be separated from each other. But yeah, I want to move on from beginners here. I want to talk about intermediate tier, which I have separated up into 50 through 69, which is arguable. I do want to point that out. It's arguable, and I'll get into that. 70 through 89, and then 90 through 99. Another option is you make it so it's 50 through 59, and then 60 through 79, and then 80 through 99. That's something else, something like that. I'm trying to separate everything into like 19 or 9 or like 29 levels. Somewhere around there is a good mix, to be honest. But I'm going to go off of 50 to 69. That's the one I'm going to use to explain my reasoning, really. I don't know what this person's doing. But 50 through 69 should be in its own tier because you get waterworks, there's 3 dungeons right in the middle. Smack dab right in the middle of that. And that's also the normal beginner of intermediate tiers, level 60. You have Tower of the Elephant, you have Waterworks, and you have Lower Zigzag, and the upside down pyramid place, right? You have that. I don't think that's a big problem separating that, or not separating it, putting that in the middle of like 50 to 69, because, oh, not that place. Because at level 50, you literally have crit, you have block, you have everything, you have full Glendemming's gear. Obviously, if you're not a warlord, it's going to suck really bad. That's why I would say 50 to 69 is arguable. In that case, I would make it 50 to 59, so it's only people with Glendemmings fighting people with Glendemmings. You just make it 60 to 79, because at that point, you have Knave's gear from the Meowiardi Archmage, which gives a ton of pierce and damage and crit, and then you also have Waterworks. Those gear sets are in the same category. It would make sense. Personally, if you have full Glendemmings, I feel like you'll probably be able to counter someone with full Waterworks or Zigzag, because if you have so much resist, you have literally everything you could ever want. Let's be honest, you have literally every single stat that's important. So I don't think that it's a big problem that you're a level 50 warlord going up against a level 60 person with full Zigzag. But then if you're level 50 with no gear, and then you fight a level 60, then that's really going to suck. So I don't know, that's something that I'd be iffy on. I would probably figure that out more. It could go either way, to be honest. Next, I'm going to talk about like the mid-range before 90, which would either be 80 to 99 or it would be 70 to 89. I feel like 90 to 99 should be its own tier specifically, because that's when you get Hades, you get Zeus, you get Pipdex, you get the Morganth gear, you get 6% pierce jewels. It's like, that should be its own thing. I'm going to be completely honest. I don't like level 90s being able to just dog on level 60s. I've done it, it's bad. I don't like doing it. It's crazy. It's crazy, unfair, and stupid. But when you're a 99 and you're fighting another 99, it's incredibly fun, and that's very enjoyable for a lot of people. I enjoy that. It's literally legendary Peeve, but you have so much damage and pierce and health, but you don't have shads. It's really simple. So yeah, I didn't really explain intermediate tier that well. I have some notes where you can kind of read like what my thought process was, so that kind of explains it better. Plus the 50 and 60 is iffy. I don't know what would really go on there, but I want to talk about the max level, okay? Or the max tier. So basically, Exalted is dead. Nobody does Exalted PvP, and I feel like that's a big problem. Exalted is something that's been alive for quite a while, but I've never really done it. I've done 115. I've made a few PvP videos on 115. They never performed well, so you probably never saw them, or you probably never knew it existed. But I'm putting 1 through 129 in its own tier for a reason. And that's because I feel like those levels of Peeve should be alive. I don't feel like it should be dead. If you have it 1 through 129, it might also bring back 120 Peeve or 110 Peeve. I don't know exactly how people would feel about that. But like 100, if you're a 100 and you're only fighting 100s, that's fun. It's literally like 99, but you just have shads. That's kind of it. I feel like Exalted is something that a lot of people do. A lot of people are not doing it now because they literally can't. Every single match, if you're an Exalted, you fight a 140. And I think that's a problem. That really shouldn't be a thing. And then I also separated 130 up to max. As you can see in my notes, right? For 1 to 129, or 100 to 129, which is 29 levels, Darkmoor gear becomes a thing, and shads become accessible, right? But you aren't at that point to counter amazing Dragoon and Uber gear. Yes, before you can. If you're an Ice or a Balance, Exalted Peeve is... It wasn't the worst, right? You could get like 2k rank pretty easily. But I feel like if you're a 100 and you're fighting a 140, that difference is too much now. It really is too much. 100 versus 130 was doable against like somewhat decent maxes, but now it's just not really... I wouldn't really see that as something you could argue. Change the system, please, Rapbeard. People are quitting. Yeah. I want to be able to do PvP on my wizards that I've spent years and hours and a bunch of money getting ready, right? Like, let's just look. 23 life. I've spent a lot of time on this Wiz. This was level 33, and now I'm going to use him to abuse the system because this game's stupid. This is my 42 Storm, who I've spent so much time on. My level 1, obviously, who has 3 lore spells. It's just ridiculous. And then we're not even talking about my other account, because my other account is also pointless now, because most of my wizards are not viable. So, I'm hoping they make a change. So, most of my gameplay, what am I saying? Most of my gameplay is fun? I don't know what I'm saying. And this would also bring people back. A tier system would fix everything. A better tier system would fix everything.